Well, guys, it's week 11. The Thanksgiving collectible market almost crashed, but they saved it. I'm going to go over that on today's episode, as well as cover my team update, team of the week as normal, the new alumni for today, one giant new one, and a bunch of other comp season stuff. You know what it is. I'm No Sleeves 12. Guys, before we get into the video, I just want to mention I'm going to be doing a giveaway for $20 every week that we do Hut News for either PlayStation or Xbox. I'm going to go over how to enter and whatnot at the end of the video. I just want to mention that I'm going to start giving away some stuff so you guys can hopefully get some packs and whatnot and start building those sick teams. So let's get into the video. So let's go ahead and start with the Thanksgiving collectible market crash that I alluded to. So essentially what happened when EA released the Black Friday packs, there was a mix-up in how much they cost, and some people got the 30k coin one or the 600 point one for very cheap when it comes to coins. It came with 3 guaranteed Thanksgiving collectibles, but it was fixed in about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, but enough people got them to where it dropped the Thanksgiving collectible price quite a bit, to around 4 or 5k. To put that in perspective, I made my cane on the first day, and it cost me about 700,000 coins, whereas now if you want to make cane, it'll cost about 4. If you need to buy all of the gold rare cards, it'll cost about 450k in total if you want to do that. So now is the time if you want to take advantage of that and either buy cane, or if you have him and you're trying to sell him, don't. Just wait. If you have Kane and you're trying to make a buck on him, I would pull him off the market. I would wait until the event is over, because then he's a rare card and he's still going to have use. He's a 91, so he's going to have use for quite some time. But if you're looking to make him, now is the time. Or if you're looking to make Besser or anything like that, I would recommend it. It's still kind of ridiculous where you have to spend about 60,000 coins to make Kessel or the Pedersen base card if you want to then use the Thanksgiving collectibles in that set to make them. But it is now worth it if you're looking to do anything with Thanksgiving collectibles. Now would be the time. If you have a ton of them and you're just waiting, I don't even know, the time might have come, the time might have passed. The market's going to adjust a little bit, but right now they're under about 5k, and that's about half price is what they were about a week ago. So use that information for what it's worth. Moving on to this week's alumni, it is the Toronto Maple Leafs, so we get the 80 overall Mike Johnson. He's a big guy in net, so he might be usable. Again, these lower level alumni just don't really, unless they have a good synergy, they're just really not worth going after. But I mean, Mike Johnson is a bit bigger of a goalie, so he might be worth it. Next up, we have the 85 Dave Ellett. If you're looking to build a scrappy team that just wants to fight, sure, go ahead, but too slow, doesn't shoot, bad synergies. Again, like, these cards are just, maybe if you're older and you like them, like, there's no other reason, to be honest. Following him, we've got the 86 overall Rick Vave. I believe it's Vive, actually. Decent speed, like, it's still under 90, boys. So, like, in the current tuner set, it's just too hard to use an under 90 speed with all these legends and whatnot coming out, and everyone's team's getting a bit better. His shot's okay. But again, if you pack him, sure, but someone will pay 30, 40k for him probably, and it's just like, it's not worth it. Then we have the 87 overall Wendell Clark. I feel like this is going to be a popular card just because it's Wendell Clark. Again, speed not very good, shots not bad, so I mean, you could use him, you know, on the power play or like on a fourth line. If you're someone who plays a time of possession game, then he might be someone that you could use, but his synergies are again kind of useless, and yeah, I'm just not seeing much worth in it. And lastly, we get a biggie, 93 overall Matt Sundin. The guy's huge, speed's good, shots dynamite, synergies are kind of meh, but he's definitely going to be a great card, especially because he's a Toronto Maple Leaf. Honestly, if you pack him, do not sell him. Wait until he is out of packs, wait 4 more days, and then absolutely roast someone for like 2 mil. There will be someone out there, a big enough Leafs fan, that you can absolutely rob. You know, I would love to get him, but another big thing about him is that he's a right-handed shot, and at the end game right now currently, there's just not a lot of good right-handed shots, so it makes him worth even more. So I would hold tight. And let's hop into this week's Primetime and Milestone cards. There wasn't a lot of amazing ones, but there was a few biggies. First, let's do the 88 Johnny Gaudreau with the speed synergy any new Johnny Gaudreau card is worth getting. His speed is nuts. His shot is more than fine. So anytime that you can get a Johnny Gaudreau at this point going forward, you definitely want to keep him. As well as his Evo. I still don't think Evos are that worth it. There's a few that are, but he could be a 90 next month, which is passable. Next up, you can almost copy and paste the exact same thing about Gaudreau with Nathan MacKinnon, although his synergy is, isn't as good as the speed one, but this dude flies, has a bit better shot, and anything going forward with Nathan MacKinnon you want to go after. Same thing with his Evo. He's one of the ones that you could invest in, but again, I'm going to talk about Evos a little bit later on. All right, let's talk this animal. He's got max speed, basically, a great shot, and BU. He's going for about $1 million, a little bit over. If you can get him, here's my thing. At a certain point, next month he's going to get a 93 primetime, milestone, something. Team of the week. There isn't really much point in, once you get max speed and a good shot, around 90 shot, there isn't really much point in waiting for that card to come out. You might as well invest about $1 million now, as opposed to paying like 1.6 next month when he's a 93. It's not a big enough upgrade in the other stats that don't really matter outside of speed and shot and balance and things like that. So it might be time to invest in him. And not to be outdone, Sid gets his prime time as well. He's a 91 overall. Here's the thing. He's going for about $1 million as well. If you're going to spend that many coins on a primetime card like this, like a 91 overall, I would just save up a little bit more and get McDavid, because Crosby's a little bit slower. His shot's just as good, and his synergy's much worse compared to BU. If you're going to invest that much, just wait a little bit longer and grab McDavid. Now, if you pack Crosby, I would probably sell him, because again, you could get a better legend that has a better, better stat output. For example, you could get Ted Lindsay for about $650K and still have $300K profit if you were to pack him and sell Crosby. Next up, we got, again, another biggie. Steven Stamkos gets only an 87 overall. He did miss a month for upgrades, so that kind of sucks, but his speed and shot are absolutely dynamite. I wouldn't really spend anything more than like 300 or 400K on him, because, again, you could get better legend players that are going to be on your team longer, but, that's not a bad price. And then lastly, we've got the 87 overall Jonathan Marchessault. He's quite quick. His shot's passable. If you're going to do the 87 and under challenge, he might be half decent for that comp season if it does come back. But, yeah, nothing really to invest in here. Again, maybe when he gets to an 89. And now on to Team of the Week. This week was kind of a letdown. First, my boy Joe Pavelski gets an 87. He's got good speed as well as being a right-handed shot, so he's not bad in consideration for adding to your team right now. But again, I wouldn't spend more than like 100K. Like these cards are kind of ones you don't want to invest a ton in. We've got Miku Koivu. His face-off stat is insanely low considering he's very good historically on the draw. Then Cam Atkinson blew up. He's got a decent speed rating. Again, he might be a great card for, again, the under 80 challenge because he is only an 83 overall. Second line, we've got Mitch Marner, who pushes his Evo, I'm going to talk about that later, to an 86. It's got BU. He's insanely fast. Mitchie's got wheels. He would be someone I wouldn't mind having on my team. Again, shoots right. Leon Draisaitl, the 85 overall. His speed's kind of lame in comparison to other higher-end cards, but his balance is really good, so he's hard to knock off the puck. Chris Kreider, terrible shot, but extremely fast, so take that for what it's worth. He's got his second, I believe, Team of the Week. And third and fourth lines, no really giant standouts here. I think John Matsumoto is that AHL legend who's been in the AHL forever, leading the league in points, but somehow never gets a chance in the NHL. On defense, we've got Matt Dumbo for like the 90th time. He's finally got decent speed. His synergy's kind of poo, but again, it's not bad. Then we've got Carlson. Any Carlson card now is fantastic, especially considering right-handed defenseman is kind of weaker at the top, so he's fantastic. Dmitry Orlov, good speed. Again, might be a card considered for the under 80 team because you're going to need some decent D-men that are fast when you want to prioritize speed. Then Mike Green, and then Joel Pearson, and yeah, nothing really there. And then in net, we've got the gigantic Ben Bishop, who gets another Team of the Week and up to an 84 overall. This is going to be a popular card, and I haven't really tried it out yet. I did use his 82 overall, and it was good, but I think there is a better option, and I'm going to go over that in a second. All right, let's talk Evos. This week, the low Evo was 75 overall Philip Zadina. Now, when it comes to Evos, Here's the thing, like, I'm a big proponent that they're not really worth it at all. Again, if you play the game all the way through, they're really not going to get Team of the Year until like March, later in the year, when they're actually worth it and hold their value. They only have one synergy. If you're gonna drop, like 100k, 90k, it's just not worth it for these guys, because again, if they don't get anything, you've just wasted 70k and basically held that card because you can't use him in your lineup. Maybe Zadina for the under 80 because his speed is really good, but again, that's just so much coins for someone you're not going to use. But now let's discuss the other cards. So the first is the 84, now 86 overall Mitch Marner. He has BU. Next month, here's my problem with Evos. You're going to have an 86 right now. He's usable because of his speed and shot, I'm not going to lie, and he's right-handed. Again, but if you start getting a better team, the amount of coins that you have to spend to actually acquire him, you can use to get endgame legends, as opposed to waiting for Mitch Marner to eventually get his 99 overall card that you want later in the year. Again, like, I just don't get the point in spending 600,000 coins on an 86 when next month, if he hits everything, he's going to get an 88, and he's not even 90 until January. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Now, there is a few that I think could be worth it. And then the other one this week was Tyler Seguin. Again, same thing. He's got worse stats than Marner now, so, I mean, if you're going to invest in one, I'd probably invest in Marner. Now, when it comes to the ones that I would go after, Brent Burns, he's guaranteed a December milestone. It's games played. He's going to get that in the middle of the month, so he's going to be a 90 overall for sure, which means he's probably going to be a 92 in January. That's worth it. McKinnon as well, he's an 89, probably going to remain on fire and get a primetime or team of the week in December. He'll be a 91. Same with Taylor Hall, because he's holding off, thank God, and his his milestones are going to happen next month. So again, he's going to get a 91, and those are really the only ones that I would consider Pasternak too, again, because he lights it up so much. Other than that, guys, sell your Evos. You're just holding on to coins for March and April, when you could be, you're playing the game this much now, you might as well be getting a player that you can use now all the way to the end. And by end game cards, I mean guys like Philip Lindsay, Leach, the $100 pack cards, those ones specifically, because those will hold their value all the way to the end of the year, even if they're on your fourth line if you play the game that much. So just a quick update, the November collectible for Roenick is almost over. A lot of people already have it somehow. You guys are freaks. You guys are nuts. I don't know how you're doing it. I play quite a bit, and I'm still a few away, but I'm going to get him in a couple days, so that's pretty sweet. Now let's go over comp seasons. Currently, there is the Thanksgiving one for the 89 Giroux placing in the top 5. It's a little bit different than all the other comp seasons because it's random players throughout. Again, if you get stuck with that Matt Murray, that kind of sucks. But, the packs that come with it are okay. Now, all these cards are kind of cool because you're the only one that's going to have them. But, I mean, I'd rather have the Ratchet Love than the Matt Murray. But Point, Krug, and Giroux are all pretty solid. But they're not really anything to strive for. But the packs are. Because, free packs. This weekend's comp season is Sergei Gonchar, sick card, but upcoming is the 93 Belfour. Dude, look at that mullet. That's incredible stuff. But, again, this is only for top 5, so unless they change, the parameters on that, these are just for the elite. But a 93 at Belfour, that's a pretty sick card to get in circulation if you can acquire it. So now just an update on my team. If you don't catch my stream 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Monday to Friday, shame on you, but I play Hut pretty much every day. So here is the current team I'm using. I've got the 94 Solani, 99 Gretzky I got this week, and then I'm now going to use Ted Lindsay. I was using Kane, but I just am not doing crazy things with him. I love the Kane card. If you can get him, I would, but it's nothing crazy. Then we've got the 94 Sakic and the 92 Oates. I love my second line, to be honest with you. My third line, I've got Busick, Larionov, and Gartner. I'm not a big fan of Busick. I just made him because I needed to get a 91 for the Gretzky, but he's got BU, but I'm going to go over what I'm going to do with him in a bit. And then I've got Naslund, Neuendijk, and Anderchuk. Now, Anderchuk and Naslund are going to be replaced with Roenick and Medano this week. And I'm going to try and move that Busick for about 1.3 million coins and try and get Dale Hawerchuk to keep BU. That's the plan. On defense, nothing's really changed here. I've got McInnes and Boreas Salming, then Thanksgiving Carlson, and the 89 Paul Coffey, who I thought about spending 600k to upgrade to a 90, but not really worth it. And then Tim Horton and Brian Leetch. Again, I have Brian Leetch in my third pair just because he's the slowest of the bunch, but his shot is an absolute hammer. In net, guys, I am such a big proponent of goalies not mattering. Every time I've played Hut, even in Versus, goalies don't matter. It's how you play defense. For whatever reason, I don't know if it's placebo. I don't know if it's true. But this Devin Dubnyk, I've been playing only top 100 or Division One. He's got 27. excuse me. 29 wins and 3 losses, under 2 goals against for me, and an 88 save percentage. Like, the guy is just nuts. He's huge, so if it follows that, kind of general rule, he's got to be big in net, but he's been fantastic. I would look to acquire him. All right, guys, so that was week 11 for Hut News. Now let's talk about the giveaway. So basically, to enter, all I'm going to need you guys to do is write your gamer tag down below, and then on Monday morning in my Monday stream, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern time on Twitch, I'm going to do a poll for anyone that commented down below with their gamer tag. Special points if you guys can give me some tips or things that you guys want to see in these videos, or something else I should cover on my channel. I might maybe give you a little bit more odds. But yeah, so we'll do a random draw for that. Again, it's for Xbox or PlayStation, doesn't matter, but you have to be in North America. I'm Canadian, and I can get US or Canadian ones, so sorry guys if you're in Finland or Sweden or anything like that. Unfortunately, just American guys, or North American guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you next week.